familiar with remixes, sequels, and my current most maddening thing? Reboots. Sometimes they're good, or at best, okay. And in my opinion, usually they're not. Or something has changed so drastically that the content seems unrecognizable, to the point of where the authenticity of it is called into question. For the sake of this video, I will primarily be focused on TV show and movie reboots, but the message I have is applicable to music and other media also. Reboots, also known as reimaginings, remakes, redos, are the leading trend in media right now. To that I say, take a break. Every 2 minutes, something is being reimagined and greenlit. Why? For what? My opinion is that a classic shouldn't be remade. Instead, built upon. If a reimagining does take place, it should enhance the staple structure of the original work. According to Oxford Languages, a definition of a classic is an adjective, judged over a period of time to be the highest of quality and outstanding of its kind. Similar words used to describe a classic are definitive, authoritative, and first-rate. Here are some classics that have been reimagined, in my opinion on them. The Lion King. This was so unnecessary, and it's like, you cannot replicate the emotions and everything you felt in the original. So in this remake that they did, I feel like they tried, but really they should have just saved that money for something else new. Anyway, Mulan. No. Why would they do this? I don't understand. It's not really Mulan. They just said it's Mulan and they made it look all dramatic and shit. But this is not Mulan. I'm just saying. What are they doing? DuckTales. I wish I could say woo, but I'm saying whatever. Aladdin. Look, y'all. Let me just say, I realize and recognize Aladdin is not a very original tale that Disney told. They just did it the best, which made it the classic that it is, okay? There are a bunch of tales about Aladdin. The ones they did, though, when I was a kid, are the ones I would consider to be the definitive ones, okay? Like I said, the ones worthy of being put in a vault and released once every 10 years for a limited time, you know? Which was the case for a little while, until somebody got the idea to say, hey, let's redo this and try to recapture this magic. But then I'm looking on Disney Plus and I'm seeing this warning before my actual classic plays and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? There's nothing wrong with the original. Although, you know, some people might say there are stereotypes and, things that may trigger people, make them feel bad, whatnot. Look, everything is a trigger to everybody. I better get the fuck over that shit, okay? Leave my shit alone. There's no warnings on this new shit, and for real, this new shit is not better than the old Aladdin. I'm just saying. Y'all got some similar songs, a different tone. I'm not knocking Will Smith, but he is not Robin Williams, and he didn't give me that feeling. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, moving on. Had to get that out of my soul. But yeah, The Little Mermaid. This hasn't come out yet, but how dare you? I mean, I literally cannot deal. As a kid, I watched The Little Mermaid so many times. My mom literally had to buy the VHS like 3 times because I fucked that tape up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I loved it, okay? Over and over again. She's a sea creature from, you know what I'm saying? From somebody's perspective. But that's how it was presented to me as a You know what I'm saying? That's how it came out. Shit. And I loved it. Lots of people loved it. Like I said, this is one of those vault titles, you know? So I don't understand if the plan is to, keep the history of these classics going and shit, why you need to reimagine, redo this stuff, and you're changing too much for it to be, an enhancement at this point. This is not an enhancement. This is a bastardization. And I think if you're going to bastardize something, you might as well call it something else. You know what I mean? Look, if a black chick can swim and look cute and all that shit underwater, sing and blah, 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 which Chloe can do, you know what I mean? Her and her sister, great singers, beautiful lady. I'm just saying, she don't look like Ariel the way we know her to look. I don't know how else they gonna present that shit under. Lordy, don't even get me started on this movie because it means too much. But they need to stop and let that shit go. They should have called it something else, but they didn't, and so we shall see how that does. Anyways, moving on. Anyways, some other remade classics have been the Animaniacs. Now, I watched their latest seasons, and their approach to it was to give some humor because they know how people feel about reboots. So they were making jokes about this shit. It's an Animaniacs type of thing. So I appreciated it for a little while, but after a while, it got old to me real quick, and I don't know how long this is gonna last. Also, side note, shouldn't a classic be something like withstanding time, like just something that is the way it is, and it's just so fucking great that like generations of motherfuckers know about it? I feel like by them constantly redoing and remaking things, they're making society kind of more divisive in a way. Could be reaching, but I don't really think so. I think the people who like to be entertained would like to have more people to have these views and shit in common with or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And when they take these reimaginings and throw them into the mix, number one, that is now a new search what's it called? A new search answer when you're looking this shit up, okay? When you're trying to go through the catalog of movies or TV shows and you see something with multiple copies of the same name of this shit. Oh no, when you have certain conversations with people, your interpersonal relationships and views on something will be drastically different because depending on which version you saw, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. This shit is fucking stupid. Anyways, moving on. Ghostbusters? Can we, for a second, we gonna act like 2016 didn't happen. I'm gonna give this new one a shot, but I got more hope for this than the last one. And it's because they're acting as an enhancement or a continuation of the original Ghostbuster films. So for that, I'm like, woohoo. And to Leslie Jones, girl, you don't shut your ass up with that bullshit you talking about. Oh, they just gonna act like what we did didn't happen. Hell yeah, bitch, that's what you did. So why can't somebody do that to you? I'm just saying, if you gonna do it, they could do it too. And what you did wasn't better than the original. So I'm disregarding that. Bye. Moving on. Jodie. To those that don't know, Jodie is going to be a halfway remake, I guess, or continuation of the Daria franchise, only this time it won't be based on Daria. It'll be based on her black friend, Jodie. You go ahead and do what you do. Tracy Ellis Ross, good on you. You got a, voiceover gig, and I just hope it's decent and not off-putting. Anyways, Death Note, Netflix. I'm starting to think y'all don't really. Now I'm starting to think Netflix don't give two shits about nothing except for that money. I'm really starting to feel this way. Cause Death Note could have been so much more. I didn't check out the manga of this, but I did watch the anime. And I'm just gonna say, this movie Netflix did, if you looked at it, you know what the hell I'm talking about. The names are different. People look different. I don't know, the vibe is wrong. And y'all wrong for doing that shit. Star Trek, it was whatever. I wasn't a Trekkie when I was younger, so it was whatever to me. But the masses have spoken, and they ain't like that shit. Learn your lesson. Don't do that again unless it's an enhancement. Whatever. Star Wars, they're not what they were. And I just don't get it. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, I do. They needed some money. Anyways. Masters of the Universe. Y'all heard what I said about it in our review of the Masters of the Universe Revelation video. If you didn't, totally check that out. Back in the day, it was He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and now it's just Masters of the Universe. And they took his name out of the title, in my opinion, because they knew damn well they was gonna kill him in the first episode and again in the fifth. Oh my gosh, y'all tripping. Why bother? Why bother? You totally could have just made up a whole new show. Just say Tila out of Eternia or whatever the fuck you want to. This bitch on the road. Tila on the road. Tila, grow the fuck up. I don't know. I got titles for days about this bitch. But anyway, moving on. TMNT, and I'm gonna say the one that's struggled are the most recent couple of movies and the rise of the TMNT, and that's really because y'all changed the essence of everything. Where they're from, how they came to be, the weapons they use or lack thereof weapons. Just saying, that shit is crazy. Rugrats. I'm not happy with the new look of the Rugrats. I understand the voice talent is there, which is great. It's gonna take me a while to give it a chance to look at it because, it's hard for me to look at it right now. Just, everything does not need to be CG. I don't, I'm not with it. Some things, you just don't, everything does not need to be CG, bitch. Let that shit go. I'll give it a try one of these days, but it ain't gonna be no time soon, because there are other things that are more interesting to me at this moment. I know you can't tell. But anyway. Avatar, The Last Airbender. I watched this series like a couple times, literally every season, multiple times, okay? I even totally was enthralled by The Legend of Korra. So, no problems there, okay? M. Night Shyamalan made a movie years ago. And it sucked. Their casting selections sucked. The world they were living in just wasn't right, and that was the wrong situation to put that story in. I'm just saying. Netflix, fucking Netflix. Again, these money-mongering motherfuckers, okay? They originally agreed with the original creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender to create a show together. Live action. And they promised to do it better than what Shyamalan did. They said, hey, we're going to do this right. But something went on behind the scenes, and the suits of Netflix got the creators so pissed off that they left. So now that they're all on their own with this beautiful, trusted, title of work, I have reservations about this. So, we will see, Netflix. We will see. But right now, my opinion is probably not going to do the greatest. And I can't wait for Avatar Studios, which is the company that the original creators got together with Paramount Plus to create. They're going to be creating a whole world of series and movies based around Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm excited about that because it's the original people who are making it, and they know what the fans like because they saw their success happen. I'm just hoping they bring it with them. And If they leave the wokeness out, we good. Okay? Because I know they started to go there a little bit at the end of Korra, but it is what it is. That shit was still dope. So if they make it good, I can roll with it. Here's hoping. Sad takeovers have caused reboot ripples that have disturbed the essence of a series. The Simpsons. Like I said, some of these previously mentioned classics have been redone for different reasons, but some of the changes, it's the changes. Not so, I don't know if it's the fact that it's a redo, but it's, it's really reworked to the point of, I'm unable to recognize this or acknowledge it totally is what it's supposed to be, That's because they are changing character race, gender, sexual orientation, body type, abilities, or even removing characters for the sake of them just being who they were in the first place, regardless as to whether or not they were pivotal to the show or movie. They've made things into CG. They CG everything these days. Oh my gosh. Or everything's Flash or chibi or cute, Their reasonings for this shit is that, we wanna update this story to bring it into, something more relatable for people these days, in these times. Look, motherfuckers are not stupid, but you're treating people like they stupid. You're not really, like I said, a classic is a classic because that's just what it is. It's timeless, So whatever the fuck it is that got it to be at its height of popularity or success, that is a definitive version of this. Not whatever the hell else y'all trying to shove down my throat. Like what they did to Static Shock, I'm shocked. Okay? They are trying to really push my fucking nerves. In the days of Static Shock's inception, there was no Black Lives Matter. So there would not have been a rally for this thing. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck was wrong with his original story? Anyways, suggestions for moving on are don't do it unless you're actually making the story better. If you're going to reimagine something, call it something else. Make it a whole new world or an extension of the world that was previously there but kind of distant. I don't know, black label that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever the hell you supposed to color code this shit so we know which way to look, because this is ridiculous. This shit is fucking crazy. In closing, stop reimagining the classics.